Hello and welcome to Car Dealer Live. My name is James Batchelor and thank you very much for joining us for these live broadcasts on the Car Dealer YouTube channel where we talk to people right across the industry. Now today on the show, I am delighted to say we've got one of the industry's characters, I think. We've got the owner of the award-winning used car dealership, Quay, on the show, and he's always so refreshingly honest. It's Jamie Caple, and he joins me now. Hello, Jamie.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
Cool.
Bit of a intro there. I've called you a bit of an industry character. How does that fit with you? Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I can live with that. You know, that's I may as well be known for something. You know,
Yeah.
even if it's not great. You know, it's funny because I just took a phone call because I forgot to put this on airplane mode while I'm talking to you, and I've just dunked someone. I thought, oh no, we're going to have technical issues, but no, they've gone. It's fine. They've got the message and they're not calling back. So
yeah, well, it's nice. It's nice to know we're more important than a lead. That's really good.
Definitely.
Now it's Friday afternoon. Probably at the end of a busy week. You've probably got your feet up. Probably not much going on in the dealership, is there?
Yeah, this is it. Someone else trying to call me there as well. No, it's a busy day. We've got a massive weekend. We've got lots of cars to get out. So we've had a typically good start to the month, but we get to a point where I think there's 25 or 26 deals that have not gone.
Yeah.
So we're now trying to orchestrate with our very small, lovely, amazing team of getting all those cars ready and getting the customers in those cars, getting those cars paid for and getting them gone. In amongst that, we've still got a deal, still loads of deals to do. There's customers who've got cars back with us with issues. There's loads to do. We've got a man buffing, hence we've got the headphones on, to pneumatic druck so you can hear, because we can't hear ourselves think, but you know, he's making the cars shine. It's just all happening. Well, we've got a load of handovers this weekend as well, haven't we, guys? There must be 14 or 15 going out in the next 2 days and then into next week. And it's crazy. We've got a lot of deliveries to book. A lot of people are taking advantage of the, was it Kazoo came up with the idea of delivering cars to customers? That was their USP. So we've decided that, you know, we'll deliver cars as well, you know, with their revolutionary business model. So we've been delivering lots of cars as well. But again, getting those cars out, getting the delivery companies in to all over the country. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And are a lot of customers choosing the delivery option?
Lots and lots of customers are. I think, you know, and I joke about Kazoo there, but we did a lot of deliveries before. And I think how we work, very descriptive advert, lots of pictures, video if they want it. Customers have got the confidence, again, backed up by hundreds of reviews, little plug for ourselves there, hundreds of 5-star reviews. People will have the confidence to just deliver it to their doorsteps. And I think in 500 deliveries, I'd say over the last couple of years, I think 2-3 cars max have ever come back where the customers probably had an extremely unrealistic expectation of what was going to be delivered, or they thought we'd just deliver a car out for them to sit in and say, I didn't find the seat comfortable, I don't want it.
Yeah.
And we're like, you bought it, and they're like, we haven't, and then you're all right, send it back. So, but yeah, no, lots. We were delivering a lot. We're delivering more now, probably 20%. Would you say, guys? Probably more, maybe a quarter of everything we're selling is just getting on a truck or plate driver and away they go.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty good. That's really good. Yeah. Now, I think the last time you and I spoke was back in June, actually. I think it was only a couple of weeks into June where, you know, you're allowed to reopen again.
Yes.
What's the summer been like for you? Is it, because at the time you said it was mental. Those first 2 weeks in June were mental. Has that carried on?
Yeah, it's been ridiculous. I mean, ridiculously busy. So May was just deliveries, click and collects. Yeah. Massive month. June was bedlam. The 1st of June was rubbish. Like, we were waiting for June to start. And then like the 1st of June, we sold 1 car, had a few rejections and issues. Oh no, back to normal again. Well, no, June was huge. I think we delivered, including trade, over 150 cars in 1 month. Performance-wise, financially, by far the very best month we've ever had, which is just it's mad, you know. And then July was almost as busy. It felt like we were wading through mud a bit in July. I think because we'd had that period shut, those customers that come back, or the associated work and prep you have to do sometimes after cars have gone out, we were free of that because we were shut in March and we were shut in April. But I think the busyness of May and June kind of caught up with us in July. We still had a huge month, but I think we were impacted slightly by, wow, you know, Mrs. Smith, engine light on, Dave, suspension on, but, you know, all that stuff to do as well as the dealing. But we finished the month strong. Sorry, my phone's just fell over there. I'm just leaning on a mug. Sorry. Oh, hold on. It won't be right. We have to solve a technical issue. I know this is just.
I'm liking this. It's great. This is properly at the cold face.
And then what happened in August? August was massive. I think in August we've got used to the volume now. We've got another lad started with a young guy called Jack. Shout out to Jack. Good kid, smart kid. You know, we can mould him.
Yeah.
We can, you know, he's at the minute he's driving cars around, polishing cars, cleaning cars, talking to customers. Smart, bright kid.
Yeah.
Elated, you know, got second mechanic started. He's just cracking on. And we're so what we're doing, we're trying to make our own lives easier because we're doing the volumes. A little bit reactive before, sell a car, conversation with customer. I want the wheels doing, can't go out for a week. Now we're just taking a view. The wheels are shot. Refurb the wheels. My wheel refurb man's there. He's loving that. He's filling his boots at the minute, the wheel refurb guy. Give him a wave. But we're trying to get all the dents done, all the trims. We're just trying to make it so it's one shot, one kill. Punter comes in, they see the car, no reason to say no, gone. It's not a philosophy that we worked to before. We used to just, well, if you got the wheels doing, you ain't having anything off the car, or, you know, we're just not doing them. Now, we're too busy. We just want an easy life, don't we, Craig?
Yeah, and his sold wheels keep doing.
Oh, hello, Craig.
How are we doing?
You know,
oh, good,
so
yeah.
we're trying to do. We're just trying to make our lives easier. And like you say, customer comes one shot, and then they can go. So as I say, we're managing how busy we are better. We've got used to it, and I must tell you now, August felt easier than July. Same kind of result. September, as I was alluding to before the broadcast started, I feel the inquiry rate dipped slightly, but I don't think that we were handling the level of inquiry we had in the last 4 months as well as we could have done. When you're that busy, customer rings, or you get an email, you ring them, they don't answer, phone it, someone else. So I think a lot of leads, we've not took them to the nth degree. We're not really pushed to get those deals done. Now, as the inquiry rate's dipping, we're getting more organised and we're getting better. I think we're going to sell as many cars this month as we did last month, but we're less inquiries coming through.
Yeah.
So we're
better business, really. Yeah.
And we can just have a bit of time to make the business nicer. We've done a bit of painting in the corner. We've put a little sitting area in. Just 1 second, Dad. Okay. Just yeah.
You say you've got time, but I'm not sure whether you have.
No, we have. No, I have. You know, so no, it's better and it's less. You feel more relaxed.
Good.
You know. Still not enough hours in the day. I think you could do with 2 more hours.
Yeah.
If you get 2 more hours in every day, it'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Because as I leave here, and then I'm at home, I'm in the office, and I'm listing cars, I'm advertising cars, and but I enjoy doing it. So it's not, you know. And my missus hates me, so she's quite content with me being sat downstairs working.
But don't worry, it'll be getting dark soon, and the days will be even shorter. So don't worry about that. So during the summer, what types of cars were you selling? Was it high-end stuff, low-end stuff, across the board? What were you selling?
Funkier stuff, yeah, nicer stuff, you would say, than stuff that we wouldn't necessarily have felt were safe bets. But like, if I put a chunk of money into a car, panic, 20 grand in that, we've got 18 grand in there, I'll sell it really quickly. But that stuff was selling. You know, now take a very expensive Part X and I'm not gonna have a sleepless night about it, but I'm like, and because I think, you know, a higher value car, its value will depreciate significantly quicker than a $5 grand car. You have a
Careful.
Like a $5 grand car, if you haven't sold it for 3 or 4 months, it's still pretty much worth $5 grand. Whereas my perception is a 20 grand car, won't sell it quickly, might lose $1 grand, it might, but the way the market's been, actually, stuff's just been rock solid. I mean, we've not reduced a car until a week ago. all through summer. Didn't drop a single car.
Really?
If a car gets to an age, we start revising and chipping and stuff. We didn't need to. A couple of cars we put up. Or if we'd sold it and it cancelled and we put it back on, we re-looked at market and thought, you know what, I can wear another 500 quid, wear another 1,000 quid. So we'll do it. So that's been good for us. I have to say that's been great for us. And actually, because used car prices have gone up, customers who bought off us not too long ago, and they're coming back with a trade, there's always that moment when someone comes back for part X, they've only had it 7 or 8 months, you're like, oh no, you've got to tell them what the car's now worth trade, and you sold it in for 10 and you're going to have to bid them 7, and it's like, oh, and you feel bad. Because of the values have gone up, it's brilliant. People who bought off us, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months ago are coming back. We're giving them they're not getting back what they paid, but that gap has shrunk because it's gone up. We had a customer who got max advanced on a finance deal recently. I don't know if I told you this before, but the finance company, look, he's 1,000 quid away. He's going to have to put a grand deposit in. And we were like, oh, he's not got a grand. Anyway, it had rolled on to another month. And then we updated the valuation of his Part X, and his Part X had shot up a grand in the guide. So all we did was, he didn't need to put any more money in. We didn't have to cancel the deal off. We just gave him a grand more for his Part X because the guide's, gone that way. I mean, again, they've leveled a bit now, but it's good. When it's like this, it's good. And as I say, we can change recent customers into new cars, and their perception is they're getting a better deal than perhaps they would have done, in normal times, as it were. What are normal times? This is normal.
I know, but I think it's a case of just making hay while the sun shines, isn't it? Just trying to do a good job, keeping customers happy. And with what you've just saying there, it's not difficult to keep customers happy, really, is it? They feel as though they're getting a better deal, and in actual fact, you're getting the best deal, of the lot, really.
I know.
Do you think? I mean, are you of this view as well that this is temporary? It's going to start to peter out in October and onwards. End of furlough scheme. All the B word with Brexit and all this kind of stuff. Do you think this is temporary?
It's difficult to say, isn't it? I can't. I think the trade will dip by Christmas, but it normally does anyway.
Yeah.
I think last year we had a lull towards the end of the year because there was the uncertainty surrounding the B word and the election. And I think all those things do play in people's minds. And
Oh. I think we got a bit of a technical issue there, have we? Oh. I think we've temporarily lost Jamie, have we? He's still going though, so I don't know whether he can hear me, but we've got. It sounds like. Can you hear me, Jamie? It sounds like a game of battleships in the background here. I do. If anyone's watching this and they're getting the same problems that I'm hearing, I do apologise. Yeah, we've got a few. We can't actually hear you, Jamie. That's the problem.
Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you now. Yeah.
I can hear you now as well.
Brilliant. Okay, brilliant. We're back. Sorry.
I just was. I was like, was it just like that? Did you hear anything?
So sorry. So
this is car crash interview.
Yeah, this is what happens when on Zoom calls, isn't it? So I think we lost you at the beginning of what you were answering there, which was the trade probably takes a dip towards Christmas, and you're expecting it, and that's when we lost you.
Yeah, so I was just saying that we're in a bit of a bubble, and it's difficult to see out of that bubble. We're so busy, and you don't really look at the fact that there's other people losing their jobs in other industries, and other industries might be struggling because you're so busy. You're here, and then I go home, and then I'm back here, and again, I've not watched the news too much. But it's hard to see. But I do think things will dip somewhat. But we're just making the most of this amazing time, and if we can put our business, we can move our business on significantly out of this, and then even if things do slow, we're better positioned for the future, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, positive, optimistic.
Good.
And if what I was saying is the slice is that even if the market shrunk, we only need a wafer thin slice of that pot. Even if the market shrunk 10-20%, it shouldn't affect us. That's how I believe, and I like to feel we do the job better than most garages. Not every garage, not still improving. We're still not operating at anywhere near what I think we can do as a business. But as I say, we only need a tiny wafer thin slice of the cake, and I like cake, you know, and we're getting our cake even if the market shrinks, you know.
You were saying earlier on that you've appointed Jack, you've appointed a few new people. Is that because of the business? You're selling lots of cars, and there's a lot of positivity in the air.
Yeah, there is, and we've never took people on here until we're at breaking point. That's the thing. I think we have to be at the point where we're on the verge. It is too much for us to cope before we'll take anyone on. It's not because I'm tired. I don't know. I like to run a small team. I want to know the people. Like we're going to take someone on, and my missus is like, you need to go on LinkedIn. You need to set up a recruitment night. She's HR. You need to interview 10 people. The best candidate needs to get the job. And I'm like, what do you mean? You've got it. I'm like, no. His mate once worked with this guy, and he seemed all right. So he's coming down on Friday. I'm going to have 10 minutes with him, and if he's good, he's starting. She's like, no, that's not how you do it. This is not corporate world. This is just trust. You get a feel for someone. I live here. It's my business, my family, my baby. I need to know I can get on with someone. They drop the ball, I can kipper them in a nice way, and that they're going to be here. I want everyone here to be here till we're done. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I don't want people to come and go. So yeah, when the guys who've come in, they're brilliant, and they're on board and they're loving it. I hope they're loving it. I think they're loving it. Make sure everyone gets looked after. We get a pound of flesh out of the team there. We do. But if you're happy to be somewhere, you don't mind. And everyone is, come on, we have a meeting every morning and get everyone revved up and little one at the end of the day, and it's cool, man. Love it.
Well, it's great to hear that, really, because it's very easy to be very down about what's going on. I mean, even this morning, we wrote a story on the website this morning about Imperial Cars. They've made hundreds of people redundant. They've been bought by Kazoo. The last few months have been some big dealer groups have made people redundant, and it's very easy. I'm not taking away from the fact it's a desperately sad situation what's going on, but we've all got to try and stay positive and do the best job we possibly can. And what you're talking about there is just so nice to hear.
We life goes on as well. Things are going to happen. You can freeze, panic. I had a couple of them moments on lockdown, but it'll happen. You can't change what's happening out there. What can we control?
Yeah,
we can control us, our site, how we feel. And if we're positive, it sounds cheesy, but believe the people coming in here to buy. Chances are they will.
Yeah.
We think fear. No one's coming here to buy cars. It probably won't. So.
Definitely.
We've got such a magnificent opportunity, man. We've got a magnificent opportunity. We can talk about, countries getting riddled with COVID and everything like that. Look, we're in a very prosperous country, with just a great opportunity. So let's make the most of it.
Yeah, definitely.
And everyone can have a bit of that. Say that to the rest of the trade. Yeah. I mean, it's nice when no one else is selling and we are. More opportunity, but it's not about that. There's massive opportunity for all the car dealers. There is, as much as everyone's saying stock's too much money, this, that, the other, can't sell fresh air. Go and buy some expensive stock. Maybe make a little bit less each car, but there's great opportunity. I think some of the big dealer groups are, or they have made redundancies and stuff. And I think, you know, we leave. And I'm not saying, you do sometimes see dealers and you think, blooming heck, you got 200 staff to deliver, well, not quite 200 staff, but, you know, you might have 80 staff delivering 100, 150 cars a month. We do it with 7 people, man, or 7 or 8 people. And you know, it's sad, and I don't ever want to see anyone lose a job. So I think a lot of the dealer groups or the bigger groups may have looked at things and thought, actually, we can deliver that kind of performance, but, you know, with that many people, and it's sad, you know, and we never want anyone to lose their jobs. But I think in the fullness of time, as the industry sheds some jobs and everyone gets back to being busy and then too much on people, they'll start to recruit again, you know, and if they're stock marketing, and the share prices, you know, like, right, we've trimmed the wage line by 20 mil, the city, come on, you know, and then they're back and they've got the confidence in them, and then suddenly the share price, and they're right, we'll take more staff on, you know. So I think sometimes these redundancies and decisions are made to satisfy, I don't know, you know, investors, stockholders, shareholders, whatever, and I might be talking rubbish, I don't know.
No, you're not, no, at all. No, I agree with you. We were talking just off air before we started about the car sales dealer group, which of course you're in charge of, and thanks for making it.
I'm a part of. I'm involved. You know, I'm not
involved in it. Involved, but you're a key individual in it.
Yeah.
And you know, I wake up every morning and there's always loads of notifications about dealers chatting about this, chatting about that. What are you thinking at the moment? What are dealers really concerned about? What are they sounding off about?
I'm just trying to think at the minute. There's a large element of disgruntlement with the suppliers of used car stock to the trade. Let's not beat around the bush. Everyone is very unhappy with the auctions at the minute. You know, there's obviously different auctions of various sizes. You know, the main one, everybody feels, you know, on really delivering an experience that the dealers should be getting, and then they're hiding behind it's COVID as an excuse for giving a poor service. I can imagine the auctions are more profitable now than they've ever been and ever dreamt they could ever be in their wildest dreams, running on half staff. The other half are getting paid by the government. They haven't got to open the sites. Then they're probably not going to need cleaners. They don't need valeters. They don't need people to drive the cars through on auction day. You know, they just close businesses. Claiming on assured report, sending cars back and all those type of things in normal time is easier to do than it has been now. People are sick of ringing up, waiting, getting stalled, getting fobbed off. So they're just taking it on the chin. Do you know what? Needs a grand's worth of work. I'm just going to do it. They honestly, I can imagine as we went into lockdown, you know, the top of the food chain are like, oh no, what's going on? This is a disaster. So literally 3 months later, they're just going to be sat there, just rubbing like that, 8 hours a day, just sat there like this.
You do that very well, actually.
Oh, honestly, so there's a huge amount of disgruntlement with I don't know why I'm pointing, but the big auction groups, and the fact that they're not open, that you can't go and see the cars, you can't go and touch the cars. That really is the main thing that I'm finding is annoying people. Some people are concerned about the FCA rules next year changing with finance commissions and the like, which is fair enough, especially if their business models are very heavily reliant on finance comms. I'm trying to think what else is bothering people that I know about. Just then the usual, you know, someone's offered me £1,000 less for my car and sent me an email.
They're the funniest ones, aren't they? When it's a screenshot of an instant messenger or Facebook or something, and you get the customer come in and say, you know, I'm offering £2,000 off that car, and it's like, whoa, no, yeah,
you know. But again, and this is what I will say, because of how busy we are. If you get that as an email, chances are you're just on to the next one. You won't even respond to them. I think so many customers shoot themselves in the foot because they think they may be being cheeky or putting a cheeky bid in. And unfortunately, as motor traders, you know, we get insulted by it, you know, and then someone might be really serious about buying your car for £8,000. And then they send an email saying, look, would you take 6? Just thinking, well, if I go in really low, they're going to give me their best shot. But then we don't take it seriously, and you think it's £6,000, and then they don't give you a phone number. It's just an email address, and the most unenthusiastic response. Sent. Do you know what I mean? Like, and just you know, give us a number, talk to us, let's engage with you. You know, and I know again in the world now, certainly younger people, it's instant messaging. Certainly even not email. Emails like posting a letter. You know, it's all about instant messaging, WhatsApp. We got WhatsApp on our website now. Customers WhatsApp into the business. But yeah, let us engage with you. You know, and as I say, if it's just an email with no phone number and they want big money off, you know, it's difficult for us to muster the enthusiasm to actually try and get into their ribs and sell them a car.
And especially when you are very busy with, you know, actual physical customers who are turning up at the place, or phoning you up and speaking to you and having that direct conversation, you can afford to disregard some of those queries because they're not proper leads more often than not.
I'll tell you as well, one thing that I'm finding now. So obviously we're getting back to the real world. Randoms are just turning up. You know, I had a random warranty company just walk in yesterday. Hi, Jamie. And I'm like, I wasn't waving at you. Sorry, someone just waved at me, but hi. and like, you've got on a foot. No, we're here to talk to you. I'm like, and you just, my eyes are glazing up. It's COVID. Make an appointment.
Yeah, I know.
You know, customers like, we're allowed to come in, and then the suits are just rocking in. You know, I've had a few good visits this week. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not moaning at them if they're watching. You know, I'm not talking about you, but just I want to talk to you about. I want as well. You know, do the courtesy of at least picking the phone up or sending me an email, or don't just turn up, especially not in these times. But you know, I suppose it's boots on the floor. You know, get the boots out on the floor again. Companies have took people back and you know, turn up and try and sign them up for a warranty. You know, no, thanks. Come back next week when I'm not here.
Now, I've got to ask you. You know, there's an elephant in the room here. Is there? Well, two elephants in the room. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the two trophies that are in front of you, which, of course, somehow they appeared there. I don't know how, but they are, of course, used car awards. We are encouraging people to actually get nominating. You are an award winner. You know, you're going to tell people to get involved.
Absolutely. You know, and I'm gonna cover this on the next live vid I do. I'm like, got to get involved. You know, it's a digital ceremony this year, which is a shame. The car awards are brilliant. They're great to start. I love them. You know, whether you're winning something or not, even nominated or not, just great opportunity to get into to your fellow motor trade colleagues, meet people that you've maybe communicated with. I'm like, they're brilliant. But I would say, absolutely get involved with voting. You know, I'm going to give a personal shout out. I think the guy who runs Car Sales Dealer Group, social media user of the year, you know, just for what he's created, you know, which is nice, and you know, hopefully we can see him represented with one of the, who knows, but you know, I think we should vote. I think if you work for a dealer, passionate about your business, nominate yourselves. You know, if you're not, but you know someone you do think's good, or you know, nominate them. You know, the newcomer, or you know, Rising Star Award. You know, for someone in your business who's doing something cool, or you know, you think, oh, he's going to be a great one for future. Nominate him. You know, they don't have to be famous. You nominate and justify, because you know, you guys will be looking through these things, and then you might have a few front runners, and then you might do a bit of digging and speak to other people in the business, and you know, next thing, someone who's just starting out in the career, you know, suddenly gets one of these bad boys, and they're like, you know, and the trajectory, they could be running a 100-car group, you know, in 20 years. I don't know, just do it. Honestly, whilst they just look like transparent pieces of very heavy perspex, they you know, to get some recognition in often a trade where it's very thankless, and we get a lot of grief, you know, a lot of customer, you know, honestly, they're brilliant, and make it all worthwhile, you know. So vote, get voting, get on there, you know. We'd like sales team of the year, man. We've got an amazing team. I'm nominating us. I don't care. I think this team have been amazing, you know, through the whole thing. Going home to we want to come back. I mean, you can't all come back. Yeah, they've been brilliant. You know, so yeah. So I'm going to nominate them. You know, nominate your own business or people you know, and make the awards brilliant. Man. Is it just going to be James and Mike Brewer sat 2 meters away from each other?
Well, yeah.
How's it going to work, man?
Well, we're trying to work out how to do it this year, but it is going to be fully digital. There's going to be lots of video. Brewer's going to be involved, and of course he's great on camera. yeah, it's totally digital this year, no physical event, but it's still a fantastic opportunity. Don't let that stop you from nominating your businesses. And in 2021, we'll have an almighty party. So yeah, anyone who's watching this, full details on the website and get nominating, just like Jamie told you to. So
yeah, get
do
nominated. Come on.
Brilliant. Thanks, mate. Thank you so much for coming on. Absolute pleasure, as always, talking to you.
We're done. We've not even started. We've not even scratched the surface.
Half an hour. You're supposed to have 20 minutes, you know. But
appreciate the invite, man. Big love to Team Car Dealer Mag.
Thank
a lot
you.
of love for you guys and girls, and yeah, keep up the good work.
Brilliant. Best of luck for the rest of the month, and speak to you soon.
Nice. Thank you.
That's it for today. If you want to get involved in a Car Dealer Live just like this one, then do drop me an email, james.batchelor@blackballmedia.co.uk. We're back on next week, but until then, have a lovely weekend and bye-bye.